Hey everyone, I'm Chef Alicia and today I'm making salsa. I'm going to start off here with 15 Roma tomatoes, and I have already washed these and now I'm just removing the stem end of them. I'm using my little tomato shark to do this because it makes the job much quicker and easier. Once I get all of those stems removed, I'm going to go ahead and slice my tomatoes right in half, and then I'm going to remove the seeds, and I just use my fingers to do this. If you don't want to remove the seeds, that's fine too, but for me they have just a little bit of a bitter flavor and I'd rather not have that texture in there either, so I do remove all of my seeds. Next, I'm going to use my food processor and I'm going to work in small batches just to get my tomatoes to this beautiful kind of chunky consistency. Make sure you're working in small batches because you don't want to liquefy them and you do want a nice chunky texture here. Once I'm finished with all of my tomatoes, I'm going to move on to my onion. I have here a half of a yellow onion which I've cut in pieces, along with a jalapeno which I've removed the seeds and the rib of because of heat, and a quarter cup of fresh squeezed lime juice. That jalapeno, if you'd like the heat in there, you can leave those seeds and those ribs, but I would prefer a more mild version. I'm going to add that into my tomato once I have it pureed down, and then I'm going to use 2 garlic cloves along with about 1/3 of a bunch of cilantro, and do this to your own taste, but I am using only the leaves of the cilantro, so if you want to just kind of pull backwards on the stem, it makes it really easy to get those leaves off. Next, I'm going to be doing my green onions. So here I have 4 if you're counting by the whites, and I'm just going to chop them up kind of into teeny little thin strips, and I prefer to do this part by hand just because the food processor kind of tends to tear them up instead of giving you the nice little pretty chopping that you can do with your hand. I'm also adding in a half of a teaspoon of Tabasco sauce. Again, you can do this to your own taste, but I just feel like it can really take over quickly. I'm also adding in about 1.5 teaspoons to 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, along with some fresh cracked black pepper, probably around 1/2 teaspoon. This salsa goes really great with my guacamole, which will be coming up in the next week or so, so I hope you check out that recipe also. Thank you so much for watching, and happy cooking, everyone!